we do here is go back.
Guys, welcome to Game of the Week for week number 4. I can't believe it's already week number 4 here in the OMFL. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got to be honest, we're going to keep this baby short and sweet. Why? Because I am home and they have shut the electricity off while they do some work. So my laptop is dying quickly and I wanted to get this out to you guys as quick as I possibly can. So by the time you actually watch this game might have gotten played, but I promise you I have a 0-0 score on my screen and I have no clue who the winner of this is. Daddy Leagues is calling for a 26-14 victory for the Seattle Seahawks. They are averaging 31 points while the Rams are averaging 17 points. You'll see, though, these teams have really, they know each other. They have done a lot of battles, and they are playing completely opposite of what they did last year. 4 sacks per game coming for the Seattle Seahawks, only 1.3 for the LA Rams. Third down percentage is only 20 for the Seahawks. That was a stat that jumped off of the paper to me, but they're 41.7 for the LA Rams. 2 takeaways for each of these teams are averaging per game. So really both teams are going at it, but the Seattle Seahawks are really playing really good football right now. They're jumping out to big leads, and that defense is rallying around the football, as we'll see here in just a second. Let's break down the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are an 84 overall team. They're sitting at 3-0, 31 points per game for third in the league. They're 26th in yards, 28th in passing yards, and 14th in rushing yards, which goes to show you that they are putting up a lot of points with big plays, not really getting the ball a lot because they're jumping out to big leads. On defense, they're 11th in points, second in the league, 11 points per game, I should say. Third in the league in yards at 253. There we go. First in passing at 151. 21st in rushing at 102. That's another stat that just kind of jumped out to me. Russell Wilson is having a pretty average season so far. 53% is pretty low. 5 touchdowns, 5 sacks, 5 interceptions for a 76.5 rating. Grimes has picked up where he left off last year. 4.7 average, 3 touchdowns with 247 yards. Tyler Lockett playing really well, 245, 4 touchdowns already on the young season. He is really able to find the end zone as often as possible. On defense, though, is where this team is really shining. Aldon Smith coming in from free agency and Carlos Dunlap. Both of these guys are getting off of the edge and getting sacks. 5 sacks from each one of those guys. Carlos Dunlap has also got 2 forced fumbles on the year. These guys are rallying to the football and making plays. Nickel, Roby, Coleman with 2 interceptions to help lead their team. They're not getting a lot of interceptions. They're batting a lot of balls away, and they're able to get after the quarterback and make plays. Now let's take a look at the LA Rams. Rams are 86 overall, but they're sitting at 1-2. They're 17th in points at 17 points per game, 25th in yards at 277, 30th in passing yards at 164, 12th in rushing yards at 112. On defense, though, is where this team's really taken a turn for some weird reason. Now, you'll see they're doing really well in yards, just like we would expect them, but giving up a ton of points. 20 points per game, 18th in the league. 5th in yards, 277, 5th in passing yards at 192, 5th in rushing yards at 85. So this team really is doing a great job, as they have, on the yards and the plays, but they're giving up a lot of points, more than normal. Their quarterback, Jared Goff, is playing decent, but not able to get the ball in the end zone enough. He's 62% at 528. 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions and sacked 6 times for a 78.4 rating. Neither quarterback in this game is playing exceptionally well right now. This is where it gets interesting for me. Peck and Collins are sharing the carries. Collins has had 44 of the carries. You should say sharing. He's had 44 for 141. It's a 3.2 average and 1 touchdown. But Peck really has had a ton of big plays. 147 yards on only 15 carries, a 9.8 average, He's got a long of 55 in there. So he is forcing this team to take notice of him and give him more opportunities to carry the ball. On the receiving side of things, Darnell Hawker is leading the team with 13 receptions, but it's really their big guy of Tyler Higbee, even Elderman to a point, but Tyler Higbee has 9 receptions for 126 with the touchdown, a 14.0 average on the season so far. The defense is where this team kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. Not a lot of sacks. Aaron Donald's got 2. Usually this team knows how to get after the quarterback, but there's a couple of interceptions in there, and even TJ McDonald's leading the team in 10 tackles and a forced fumble himself. So they do play solid, sound defense, but their offense is having trouble getting in the end zone, and their defense is having trouble getting people out of the end zone. Without seeing all of the film and all of the stats in front of me, one could assume that this offense is probably causing some turnovers deep in their own territory, and the defense is just not able to stay off of the field long enough, and they're giving up lots and lots of. Now let's take a look and pick a winner of this game. So the Seattle Seahawks will be traveling to face the LA Rams. Again, two teams who know each other very, very well. They've battled for a couple of seasons now. Mo is playing red hot. He's turned some things around. But I do like the LA Rams. Here's the problem. Neither one of these quarterbacks are playing really, really well. You do have some rushing attacks from both of these teams, but the Seattle Seahawks kind of get the edge in that because they have that one horse that can really lead the way in Grimes and make plays, whereas you got two guys kind of figuring out who's going to be their main guy, because their main guy right now is only averaging 3.2 yards per carry. I'm going to have to take the Seattle Seahawks in this one, but look for this game to be much, much closer. This game could turn around with a couple of turnovers. Give me a 27-25 victory for the Seattle Seahawks. I think you will see a lot of turnovers from both of these quarterbacks. You'll see a lot of sacks from both of these defensive lines. Look for this game to go down to the wire, but I like Seattle just because they're playing such good red-hot offense. Seattle Seahawks in a 27-25 victory. Thank you guys for tuning into the show this week. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. Let's see if I'm right. Me and D. Wayne and Houday, we're kind of going back and forth in these. Tune in next week as Houday and the game and D. Wayne will come back, take over Game of the Week for next week. They'll do the video for next week. We'll get it out to you. Make sure you check out the website, grownfolksoc.com. If I can speak to them, struggling with words. Words is a struggle with me. Check out the YouTube site, subscribe, and like our videos. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you in week 5. Deuces.
shaking.